Namaste. Welcome to my channel Mindily Yoga. My name is Ryan. Today's practice is a Yin Yoga practice. I've had a request from a Facebook group to upload a Yin Yoga practice for cyclists. So this practice is not just good for cyclists but for all other athletes. With today's practice, we'll be able to lengthen and release our fascia, which is basically a sheet of connective tissue. And what happens is with repetitive movements, we can create tightness and tension. So we'll release all of that to be able to minimize our injury as well as improve our recovery. I'm not using any props for this practice. However, if you like to use any props at home, feel free to do so. We'll be holding our poses for roughly 3 minutes. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'll be grateful for your subscription, as your support gives me the motivation to keep recording these videos and update them on a weekly basis. So let's get started. So our first pose is a toe stretch. And we won't be here for too long. So what we want to do is we want to tuck our toes and bring our feet to hip width and slowly and gently release our glutes all the way towards our heels. Now, if this is not accessible, you can always put a block underneath. And we won't stay here for too long, roughly 1.5 minutes. Hands can be placed on the thighs. And then beginning to lean forward, we just come back into all fours, onto our hands and our knees. Let's untuck the toes and just a few times tap the tops of the feet on the mat. And then from here, releasing the feet to the mat and then slowly beginning to sit our glutes on our heels and then begin to lean back and placing the hands behind us. I will stay here for roughly 1.5 minutes here. You can always choose to put a block between your legs. You can sit on a block if this is not accessible. And then slowly beginning to straighten our spine and then transitioning back to all fours. to our hands and our knees. From here, tucking the toes and then transitioning to down dog. We're going to stay here for long, just for a few breaths, just to lengthen our legs a little bit. One more breath here. And then coming back into all fours. And as we come into all fours again, we're going to go into dragon. So placing the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Hands on the mat. Gaze to the top edge of the mat. And if you're an experienced practitioner who's done this several times, you would know where your edge is. And you may choose to go a little bit deeper. So if you like to go deeper, you can roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. And we're going to place our hands on the right knee and take a gaze to the side of the room. And you can continue to stay where you are, or you can return the right foot back. Then we're going to walk the hands around to the other side of the mat. Now you may have the flexibility, unlike myself, to prop your elbows down on the floor or on a block or a bolster that you might be using at home. Or just the hands on the floor is sufficient. It's got about 30 seconds here roughly. And then slowly coming back to center, and then just coming into low lunge. So we're going to stack our left hip above the left knee and just stay here for a few breaths. And then coming back into all fours. So we're just going to transition on the other side. So bringing the left foot outside the left hand, coming into dragon on this side. And this might be enough for you by placing the left tricep on the inside of the left knee. If you like more, just roll on to the outer edge of the left foot, left hand on the left knee. And then from here, coming back, returning the left foot to the mat, and we walk our hands to the other side of the mat. Now once again, you can drop your elbows to the floor or on a prop. Coming back to center, and then once again let's just stack the right hip on top of the right knee, maybe the hands on the hips or wherever else they feel good or where they like to go. That's a relief actually. My right hip is for some reason tighter than the left hip. Normally it's the other way around for me, but that's okay. Our next pose is half butterfly. So bringing the left foot out and placing the right foot on the inside of the left leg. Now hands in the front. You can choose to stay upright, but it's good to just walk the hands a little bit further away, and maybe your elbows or your forearms can prop on top of a block or a bolster. slowly coming back up. I'm going to swap over to the other side. So extending the right leg out, Bring the left foot on the inside of the right leg or the other way around, just basically doing opposite to whatever we did earlier. And again, walking the hands away from us. Straightening the spine and come to lie on the belly, which is to a quad stretch. Coming to lie down on the belly, bringing the right forearm parallel to the top edge of the mat. Bend the left knee and grab hold of the left foot. And then return the forehead to the forearm or the palm, wherever it works best. If you like to go deeper, you can pull the heel closer to the glute and maybe you'll be able to wrap your hand around the foot as well. and then letting go of the foot, and then we just come into crocodile pose or makrasana, palms on top of another, forehead on top of the palms. Staying here for another 5 breaths. And then beginning to bend the right knee and grabbing hold of the right foot with the right hand. Forearm on top of the left forearm, forehead on top of the left forearm. Letting go of the right leg. We're going to roll over onto our backs and transition to Shavasana, creating a pathway in the brain for everything we've learned today. Feet find the corners of the mat, hands come to rest by your side, palms face the ceiling. Making gentle movements with your fingers and your toes. Rolling over to your favorite side, using your arm as a cushion under your ear. And with your eyes closed, slowly coming up into a seat. Bring the hands to heart center, thumbs press against the sternum. One soft inhale, one soft exhale. Bring the thumbs to third eye center, to our lips and to our hearts. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, and wherever you're in the world today, have a great morning, amazing afternoon or an awesome evening. I will see you soon on the mat. Namaste.